How many cats you have?
I have 4.
I got 1.
I have 4 cats
and a dog? Okay, a little happy family there.
I'm a mother of 5.
What are their names?
We have Frankenstein, Wednesday, Gomez, Morticia, and Belle.
That is awesome. I love the theme.
Oh, yes. I'm slightly obsessed with the Addams family.
I'm willing to bet that one of the cats is like the alpha cat and rules the roost between all 5 of those.
Oh, absolutely. And that would be Morticia, and she is only 8 pounds.
Yeah.
She's the smallest cat. My biggest cat is 22 pounds because he's a Maine Coon mix.
Yeah.
His name's Wednesday. He's Wednesday.
I just don't want an albino Burmese python fully grown. Just might bite me. That is not a pet to me.
You know, those can strangle you too.
Yeah. Oh, he's good. Yeah. He's good.
I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, you should go. That is fun.
Mm-hmm. One day, maybe. I love to travel. I've just never made it to Vegas.
George, who owned a wrestling school, one of his guys like hurt his shoulder and he just couldn't do it anymore. But he had to do something, so he became an Elvis impersonator. But he really got into it to where he learned how to tailor and build the suits. So he gets all these old photos and he says, I'm going to build that thing. And it comes out looking just like it. What he really needs to do is just be a tailor and that's it. But
that's a talent. That's a true talent.
But he's still trying to do the impersonation. Now his voice is pretty good. He just doesn't look like Elvis.
That's kind of a big part, you know? It's like, okay.
It goes hand in hand.
He may be Facebook friends with us, Todd. I'm not sure.
Oh, boy.
If he is, I'm going to tag him. I mean, I like what he's doing, but I love the costumes because the art it's to me, the way he can replicate those is next level.
Austin Butler, I thought, did a great job.
Yeah.
He's adorable. His little cheeks.
Prostitution is illegal in Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is, but it's not illegal in the state.
Yeah, they want to keep a certain image from what I'm told. And me being an inquiring mind, the nearest brothel from the Vegas Strip is 43 miles north. But
so he's been told.
So I've been told, thanks to Google Maps.
How long does it take to drive that? I mean, is it?
I have no idea, sir. Moving on.
This is not a family-friendly show.
No, we've established that. We're way past that.
Yeah, it can be, but I wouldn't want to walk on eggshells. But if someone's going to come in like the preacher, we're going to have a clean episode. That's cool. We'll do it.
You asked me like, Todd, can you make it through an episode?
That's the same thing with the county council stuff. I told them, look, we'll stick to the point. And I believe we could.
Time and place for everything.
What if it was a female?
I think it was a boy.
What did you do?
I think originally they thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
But it was, I believe it was a boy. I could be getting those switched.
Who wound up checking?
What do you mean?
To see if it was a boy or girl.
Maybe the owner.
How do you determine that on a snake?
There you go.
Oh my God.
Bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Ah, it's good. It's got some girth.
That's most important.
It is. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Made me very happy.
That's a conversational piece. That's
really
what my
cool.
mom would call a conversational piece.
Yes. If I had people over, maybe I would have conversation, but I don't have people over to my house.
I start a lot of statements this way, but I was dating someone that had a bunch of pet snakes, come to find out. And once I found that out, I just couldn't really be cool in the house.
I dated a dude who had a snake as well. He would get her out and she would just kind of crawl all over me.
A safe snake,
Safe snake.
It sounds like.
I have a friend who got into collecting snakes, and he had a couple of albino Burmese pythons, and those things are ornery. Mm-hmm. But he would take them out like they're just, like your safe snake, and I'm like, oh, she bites sometimes, but it just, she'll let go, and I'm like, no,
it's a lovable.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker.
I did some work on him one time. Okay. In the doctor's office.
Where are we going with this conversation?
Yeah, let's go back to these taxi cab confessions. This is the confession segment with Rob and Todd.
Do you have extra large, tall?
I don't have tall, but I carry small to 3X.
Okay.
So I've got a long torso, and that's always my issue. Is the length.
Me too. My tailor always says that I have a tailor.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I do sound rich. But he's just like, oh, you have a long torso. I'm like, fuck you. What does that mean?
Yeah, regular clothes are not made for taller people.
Yep.
That's why the big and tall store exists.
Yeah.
My mama said I'm a mom. Yeah.
I identify as domesticated feral cats.
If we got you on your back like this and we do that, will you land on your feet or whatever?
I can like scratch with my claws.
Oh, there you go. Kind of a biter.
I cannot confirm nor deny
All
that.
right. That's a confirmation, everybody.
My cat, I used to give her a bath because it was better if I did. And she didn't like it, but she tolerated it.
Yeah.
But when she was wet, her front was super skinny and her haunches were just beefy, right? She could jump from the floor to the top of the refrigerator on a run. And then I lived in an apartment with a vaulted ceiling. Cabinets went way up, higher than you could ever store a pot or pan or anything like that. She would go from floor to the fridge to the top of that.
That's my Frankie.
Yeah.
He's my wild child, and that's what this tattoo is for, actually, for Frankenstein.
Oh.
But what I never understood was you'd come in, she'd be napping up at the top, and groggy, kind of just waking up, jump off the top into the floor and not hurt herself because she wanted to come greet you.
Yep.
She's like 14 feet,
Yeah.
maybe 15 feet.
Cats kind of blow my mind, dude. They really do. It's a great episode. Check it out on our Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere where you listen to podcasts.
Oh my God!
I had a producer linked up with Justin Bieber before he blew up because I could tell he was going to. And then he brushed it off. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I was about to say, like, oh, this kid's going to be big, but not with me.
By the way, Justin Bieber supposedly was discovered on YouTube. That is total and complete bullshit. Everything he had on YouTube originally was horse. It was underproduced, like really bad. About the worst.
I'm not very knowledgeable on the Biebs.
But his mom was taking him around radio station to radio station, like in her car, and trying to get him on. And a lot of them were letting him on the morning show. At the time, he was 9 years old or something.
What a great way to exploit your kid.
Yeah.
And he could play the guitar real well.
Childhood trauma.
I wonder what that will do in years' time.
She got him on. And that's how I learned about him. But then when I looked him up, all his stuff was terrible. And I said, well, I know some producers that are pretty good. And if you look it up, supposedly he was discovered on YouTube. That was just a cute story that they came up with after the fact. So you can get discovered on YouTube.
Interweb can be good for some things.
It can be. It can be. There's no rhyme or reason of what goes viral or not, though. We have found that out. Because we put up some grade A shit.
It takes the right person sharing it, and then it can blow up.
And watch it be something stupid. Like, oh, Todd sneezed. Well, that's the sneeze heard around the world. And now everyone else discovered this, and now it's huge.
Sneeze famous.
Yeah. Moving on.
I'm probably going to cut this. Well, I'll leave the sneeze heard around the world, though. You can bet your tail I'm going to leave that
All
in
right. I will bet my tail.
I had the best recliner in the world. And I won it bidding because someone was moving and they ran out of room in their moving truck. So they were bidding between their friends because everybody knew it was the best recliner.
Was it like Storage Wars and stuff? Like you do the yep?
Yes, it was just.
Do I hear 200? 200? Yep. I was like, oh, that's Robert in the
Just
back.
put your hand up. Your little fan with the number on it. Yep, right here, 28. Yep.
Yep.
I want to bid on storage lockers, but there's a website for it, and when I look, it's nothing good on there.
You know, one time my parents got an old storage locker. My mom's into junk. Just that's all I'm going to say about that for now. Anyway, I found what looked like to be a human skull.
Nice.
Freaked me out. But I was like, is this real? Is this fake? Where do I go to get this appraised or looked at or, studied? I never followed through
Certified.
with it. Yeah, there you go. I was a kid at the time.
It?
I am willing to bet, yeah, she's also a pack rat too. She likes junk and she's a pack rat. Like,
Maybe a little bit of a hoarding issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little bit. Yeah. Not in the house.
I think there's a snake crawling through that skull, through the eyes and stuff, because those two storage sheds that you're talking about, is that where it's at?
Yep.
Those things are huge, but they look snaky to me.
No one goes in them, which is why it's like, why do we still have the stuff?
It gives me anxiety thinking about like a ton of stuff.
Of just stuff. Yeah. If I ever find the skull, it's yours though, because I have no use for it.
I would love that.
A buddy of mine sent off to get his blood checked for Indian blood, and he had some.
Yeah, by the way, when in Las Vegas, there is a dispensary built on a Indian reservation, from what I'm told.
I fully support that.
Okay, this
From
is
what you're told or from what you experienced?
What I experienced. First off, I love the dispensaries, but the majority on the strip and off the strip, you can't smoke there. You know, it's just you go in, you buy what you want, and it's kind of like buying porn.
Did you
So
buy
you
some
buy
blood?
here, but you can't enjoy this here.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they told me. You can go out on the street and enjoy it until you get to the strip. Then you can't enjoy it. You're not supposed to bring it in the casinos. People bring it in the casinos.
And those guys that are walking up and down the strip, like handing out cards, police just kind of turn a blind eye.
Is that where the Bunny Ranch is?
I think it's in Pahrump, which is outside of town, where it's legal, obviously.
Yeah.
But people may not know, but in Vegas, it actually is illegal. They just kind of turn a blind eye as long as you're not walking the strip.
Going back to this dispensary here on the Indian reservation, because it's a sovereign nation, they allow you to smoke there. And it is the best. You know, they have the nice glass shelves where you can look at all the buds, all the pipes, and they have this lounge area with a faux waterfall that's so beautiful and tranquil. They play 90s hits, thank God, because that's the decade I grew up in. Buy what you want. Eat what you want. They got candies, snacks, munchies, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and you have a concierge.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, the dude comes by. Can I get you anything, sir? Can I, relight? You know,
damn right you can.
Yeah, this is great. We probably wasted like 2 hours in there over a blunt, over a $10 blunt.
Well, you painted in a pretty good light.
It is awesome. And of course, when you walk out, you go right through the merch stand. It's like, oh, I gotta get something. It's a new woo.
Depending when you win, it might be old woo now.
Yeah, it's
But they might have
awesome
opened
woo.
another one.
New woo. So make sure you guys tag them when you post this.
Yes, that would be awesome. We should do that. I want to go back now. Honestly, after we get the venue crisis behind us, let's try and legalize it.
$88 million of tax revenue came in from bars, venues, establishments of that nature from last year for just South Carolina. So think about the tax revenue that we could get like all the freaking roads fixed.
Yeah, and on top of that, think of like how much tax revenue, like $10 blunts, $13 at the register. I'm okay with that. What else would I be that nonchalant with at 30%?
Exactly.
You know? I feel like when it comes to politics, you got lawyers and businessmen. Where's the rest of life supposed to be represented there? Where God forbid I say it, a teacher or something? Why is that not a popular thing within politics?
They are voted in, so maybe more teachers and other professions need to run for Senate and House Representatives.
Yeah, I can only imagine, though, going against someone like Lindsey Graham, like, you better have deep pockets.
Right. I don't think lawyers should be even a part of it because
I think there should
lawyers making laws, and that's just not fair.
Yeah, there should be a really bigger issue here. There should be a cap of how much you can spend in campaign money. If the presidential the presidential office, you got to spend like $500 million to get elected, you probably aren't a good candidate.
And there should be term limits also, not just you can stay in office as many times you're voted in.
Yeah, and die in office. Yeah, Strom Thurmond was looking like Weekend at Bernie's. It was embarrassing when he was a representative.
I would agree with that statement.
Yeah, I mean, he had two guys next to him. I'm just like, seriously, which one talks?
Get some fresh blood, fresh eyes in there, new thought process. Get rid of this outdated good old boys club.
Yeah.
Obamacare, I like how they waived the pre-existing condition thing.
Which should be obvious. Like, seriously, cancer, that's when you need insurance the most.
Yep, agreed.
I'm a fan of nationalized health care, except for one thing. They would screw it up somehow.
Wow. Well, with the track record, I don't see how they could.
So they're putting a guardrail on this road, but they're not widening the road, which is exactly what it needs. There's so many cars going up and down it. Guarantee when you pull out, you'll have to wait because someone will be passing you. And it's just a back road that was never designed for the traffic it's getting. That's part of the county council thing that's going on is the infrastructure is not there. And I think it's like, oh, well, we'll be cutesy and put a guardrail up. Well, be realistic and widen the road by like 3 feet at least, because
is that going to solve the issue, or is you going to put a Band-Aid and then down the road it's going to be even more of an issue?
Well, no one's ever gone off the road, but people have had wrecks. It's like a curvy road, narrow, and people are flying down it. But no one winds up in the trees.
That's a good thing.
So why do you need a guardrail? I don't know. That's all I know. That's developing because it's new today. The crew was out marking it today.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just something that makes people who don't even look at the issue feel good and fuzzy, like they actually did something.
They voted to put a couple cents on the gas tax, and then the roads didn't change, and I figured that would happen. It's always misappropriation of funds.
Yeah, someone's lining their pockets.
And notice
we're on to you, whoever you are.
Bill, my brother.
He taught me in high school. Fun fact.
Was he good? Because students generally have a positive, like...
Be honest.
I don't remember a whole lot. I remember he was a teacher.
Do you think you had a class with him, or just were in the same high school?
I think he taught me. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember which subject it was.
I'd probably be a PE teacher. Just give me a whistle. Jason Statham?
Yeah, they would say Jason Statham or Channing Tatum.
But you said them together like they're dating. I like that
better. It's a relationship name.
But yeah, I don't get that anymore.
I get Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yes! The lips.
I paid for mine. You can pay for yours, too.
These are, I'd like to thank my black ancestors for mine, and my mom for inadvertently finding out I have black ancestors.
Do you have a card that shows that that's official or something?
Honestly, no, but should I? I feel like that could get me out of sticky situations.
Get your ancestry DNA done?
I also have a bunch of hillbillies in my family, too, so I'm thinking, I got both sides of the...
You need a card for that, too, for sure.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Only in America could a concept like Breaking Bad be feasible.
Dang, y'all know about Breaking Bad?
Oh, I fucking love Breaking Bad.
Jeremy out of Texas used to watch the heck out of it. He would wake me up doing it because he worked at bars, so he'd get off at 3 a.m. and stuff like that. And I'd be sleeping, and I'd hear that sub on the TV going over Breaking Bad.
Science, bitch!
When I worked at Ingalls, Bob Ingalls came in there, the founder. He might have been 100 years old. He looked absolutely like a walking corpse. I've never seen anything. He was so pale. It was like the palest person ever. I don't know. I wish y'all could have seen it. You know?
I'm glad I didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's left an impression.
I bet it does. It's like meeting Michael Jackson when he was alive for the first time. Like, wow, you are so white.
Yeah. I'd pass on that also.
He took advantage of the loopholes so his company wouldn't have to pay insurance for employees. That's just shitty, by the way. They work for you. Come on, dick.
Especially something of that nature and that vast of a company. Have insurance, man.
And don't make a political stand like that. Say your opinion, but take care of your employees.
I agree.
I didn't realize it was so hard to be a tailor.
I would suck at it.
It's not my strong suit.
Like, I need to hire that guy.
I would provide an interesting challenge for most tailors, I would imagine.
But yours got you figured out. I don't think you have one. I'm going to be honest. Does he know you?
I mean, he knows of me. I'm a customer there.
He knows your inseam. Like a bartender, a good bartender knows your favorite drink if you're a regular.
Yeah, oh yeah. And they know my credit card very well.
Okay. Young Jerry Pimp, yeah, I got the drip. Yeah, my mama said I'm a motherfucking pimp. Yeah, designer on my body, not a simp.
When they kicked the founder of Men's Warehouse out, did that chap you at all?
I didn't even know about that, man.
The guy that used to say, "You're gonna like the way you look." I can't even get
They booted him?
Yeah, you're gonna like the way you look.
Honestly, my tailor could just walk up behind me and just say that, "You're gonna like the way you look." Like, that's good enough for me.
Yep. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, Todd. Mention his name, but he's going through a divorce, and I've never seen someone as sick of a puppy as he was, and just could not function. She was already seeing someone new. He knew that. He thought she just needs a little time to think it over.
Oh, he needs to be like shaken back to reality. He
was going to pay for her a new apartment while she worked things out.
Bless his heart.
So I hatched a plan to get him laid that night. My ex at the time, I got her on board. I was like, this is really important.
Where's the story going?
Stay with me, Your Honor. This will all make sense by the end. Just follow me down this rabbit hole.
Well, it actually worked. It was with a Cherokee Indian on the reservation, and he wound up deep into the reservation. I was really worried.
Deep, yeah.
and she took him there. He didn't drive, so I was worried what they were going to do to him.
She asked me if I wanted to do it in her mud hut. It was a literal mud hut. Apparently, there was some communication lost in translation.